Hi, Tiffany from the Inspire Shop here. We are back with another little tidbit on prayer. This week, I was planning on diving into the four different aspects of prayer. But then the Lord just really reminded me, I think just before that, about really settling into just diving into where you are in prayer and your prayer life. I had mentioned that one of the first videos, just to take time to see what your prayer life is like and really time to reflect. And so with that, I created this little prayer baseline handout, which really focuses on like our three areas of prayer: our personal, that's gonna be like us and God, and then we have our relational, maybe our spouse, family, whatever that looks like for your situation, and then in like a leading role. So if you're leading a ministry, if you're leading your family, if you're a wife, leading in those different aspects in your work role, prayer isn't made just to be recited and said. It's really made to overflow out of the whole aspect of your being into all of your relationships, you and God and you and everybody else. And so with that, I just really wanted to encourage you to take time to really see what your prayer life is. See what God has done, what He is doing, and where you're at. What does that look like? Just a few of the questions. The personal ones are the ones that I encouraged you a few weeks ago. It says, like, what does prayer look like for you? And so really take time. Like, what does that look like? In our relationships, just asking, do you have somebody that you pray with? Do you have somebody that when things start getting hard that you can text or call and see that they could be praying for you? I know when things get really hard, I have like my friends and my husband, and I'm like, pray for me today. Today's a hard day. I have a lot going on. It's just this awesome blessing to have them in prayer for them, or to be in prayer for them and their and return prayer for me. Oh, I could say that. And then also just a little brief, are you comfortable praying out loud? Because I know that can be such a hindrance. Like for me, that was huge hindrance. I was like freaked out. I did not want to speak out in prayer. And that is the very place where God works. And so if that's something that you aren't comfortable with, I would challenge you to ask God just to give you boldness and to go for it, because God will show up. And then in that leading role, so what does prayer look like currently? So if you're a mom, what is your prayer like with your husband, with your family? Prayer is always something that I talk about with my kiddos. And so whenever we hear sirens, like something, part of our culture is like, oh, pray for the sirens, pray for whoever needs help, pray for the firefighters, that they're gonna be able to help them. Just little things like that throughout the day. And then, if someone's not feeling good, like, okay, let's pray. Pray they feel better. And it's just been awesome to see how our kids have taken that into their own hands. I know one time when my daughter was, I think, like 3, we were doing her prayers at night, and she started praying for her friend. She was asking for God to bless her and to help her, and it was so cute. And the next day, my friend was saying that her daughter really did need prayer. And so it was so cool. I'm like, she was already intercessing for her. And so just to see how God works through them, through our kiddos, and just really creating that culture, which is like the next question, like how can prayer become implemented in your culture of your family, if you're a mom, or your workplace, just whatever that looks like in your relationships, how can that be implemented? And then for growth, what is one thing that you can do to deepen your prayer life in your personal aspect, in your leading role, and in your relationships? And is there anyone you can invite into that? Maybe you don't have people that you could text and ask for prayer. Maybe you've never asked for prayer. And so just be in prayer this week and think of one person, who can I invite in? Or maybe someone that needs prayer, that on an ongoing basis, because they're going through something hard or whatever the circumstance is. And so being able to ask them for prayer and be able to pray for them in person is always awesome, or is over the phone and through text, because God is faithful and will answer our prayers. So this week, I really encourage you to dive into this baseline, get honest with God. And if that freaks you out, I think that's a good place to be, because getting out of our comfort zones, as Peter got out of the boat. That is the place that we want to be. We want to get out of the boat. We want to be bold, and we want to see God move. So I hope that you can grab that. It is available for download for free at theinspireshop.com under our freebies, and I'll link it to this video as well so you can find it there. If you have any questions or prayer requests, shoot them my way, and encourage you to be in prayer this week. Have a good one. Cheers.